Hey guys, like I did with Arthurian Legends, I'm going to open this box of Gothic and I'm going to build a bunch of sealed decks out of it. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole, I think you can get 6 sealed decks out of it or not, but that's my goal. I'm just going to keep doing sealed decks until I don't want to anymore. Maybe I'll do a whole 6. Maybe I'll put these all in one video and just edit them together, but I'll probably take breaks in between. But kind of a box opening video, but not really, because I'm the limited guy, so I'm just gonna be cracking packs and building decks, and that is what I do. So I bought 2 boxes of Gothic. The first one I just cracked, didn't record it or anything, didn't really see a reason to. I just wanted to crack packs and enjoy the set on my own. Wow, that's really hard to open that sticker. But yeah, so I have opened a whole box, so I know what's in all of those, but I still have not read every card in the set, so I might actually be stopping to read some cards. But yeah, here we go. My last booster box had like 0 foil rares in it. Very low value box, but okay. So we're starting off with a crazy bomb, Archangel Michael, 5 mana, 4 power, airborne war, Genesis, moves, and then strikes everything. That card's just busted. I think Ghost Town's quite bad. Harbinger I don't think is a playable avatar. Monster Morphosis I think is pretty terrible. Instigator Imp is kind of fringe playable. I'm just gonna sort by element and then site and avatar, and then we'll come back, but yeah, let's just do that. Ooh, foil flagellants. What do you know? Of course, we really want to open either a Savior or a Necromancer, because those are the 2 really busted avatars at exceptional. Okay, with Wuthering Heights? Is this a curio? I thought it was Withering Heights. Wuthering? Why is it Wuthering? Okay, well, this is a crazy site. So I just played with the water version of this, which is the one that says like you can push things on connected rivers. You can just ignore the rivers part. It just works on its own. But the water one, you can just push things on it 1 step, once per turn. And the Wuthering Heights is crazy. It's just that, but it also just flies things nearby, and that's ridiculous. Like, and you don't even have to play it in your first 2 sites. Like, you can just play it anywhere on the front row and just play all of your minions to it, and it's gonna be ridiculous. I don't think any of these relics are worth playing, the ones that give +1 power. I think this card's fine. Maybe you screw someone's threshold. What does this actually do? Mortals here can transform into evil from hand, but you have to pay mana. I don't know. That doesn't seem very good, but I guess it's an option, so maybe you should just play it anyway. Maybe something crazy comes up at some point, but Landmass and Overflow I think are horrible. You want your spells to get card advantage, and trading a spell in hand for a site just doesn't really do anything, and ramping just isn't really a good strategy. Angel Ascendant, that's a good one, if I can get wards on my things. Thumbscrews, I think this card, I don't know, I think it's pretty bad. Alright, so let's just keep going through all of these. I'm going to comment on some cards, but for the most part I'm just kind of sorting through the cards and then we'll build a deck later. Lacuna Entity, this card seems crazy. This is 5 mana, 4 power, kill something. Yep, enough said. It's an incredible card. Yeah, not too much there. Alright, did we get a Necromancer or a Savior? No we don't. I still have not played with either of them in Limited. I played like the precons, like 1 game. Ooh, I've never seen this. Homecoming, it's an elite aura. Minions here have tap, gain 1. Okay. No thanks. all of your minions are field laborers. Like, that's the aura we needed? Okay. Alright. Alright, so basically I almost never have my sites really determine what colors I want to be, but there are some super powerful sites. So Wuthering Heights, I would love to play this. I would love to even play it if I'm not in air, if I can manage the threshold for it. Alright, I only grabbed 2 cards that are unplayable, but let's just grab the unplayable crap. So 1 power minions, they still suck. Honestly, I think even like Exhume seems pretty bad, but maybe if you have like a bunch of Entombed, maybe you can play it. I've got 1 Entombed there. Everything else here seems pretty playable. I don't really see enough wards, and I think if you're playing Savior, you can play Revered Revenant, but otherwise, I think it's just pretty bad. You just need to always have a ward, and Savior's kind of the way to do that. Detonate, I think, is quite bad unless you're playing Necromancer or just have a crazy amount of skeletons, but it's in fire, which doesn't really have skeletons. I think Martyrs of Tomorrow is pretty bad. 1 power minion, 1 power minion. Alright, so there's the crappy fire stuff. Freeze just does nothing. It's just card disadvantage. 1 power minion. Baptize is just not a good way to get wards. Muddy Pigs is maybe okay. I don't know. Alright. And then air, 1 power minion. This is a playable 1 power minion. It's really annoying if you have Savior. 1 mana, 1 power with a ward and lethal is kind of nuts. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's just nothing here that really makes me want to play air. Like Willing Tribute's fine. Bone Spear's fine if you have skeletons. Forsaken's okay. And then it's like Snallygaster's really good, Screamer's really good. That's about it. I considered not really talking about this too much yet, but I don't know, I need to talk about it at some point. I think air is the worst element. I think that earth and water are the best elements, and I think fire is somewhere in between. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've done 3 drafts and 1 sealed event, and I've built like 1 other sealed deck, so I've kind of done like 5 deck builds at this point. Yeah, Harbinger is just not good. Alright, so stuff that makes me really want to play water. Like any 4 power minion is like really good in this format. So it's kind of these cards, it's not that many cards. And then in fire, it's like Werewolf, I guess Flare, Ghostfire I like, Hot Wheel is good. Oh man, this doesn't look great either. Alright, well let's see what our earth looks like. I think earth is the best element, at least early in the format. Yeah, I think there's no way I'm not playing earth, so let's just start there. Let's just lay out our curve. See where we're at. Nova, Bear White. Wounds. Alright, that's a lot of 2 mana things. Don't love that. Alright, I mean that might have some bearing on what we choose as our other element. I mean, we've got 5 and 6 mana things in water. And like Lacuna Entity is crazy. I think that unfortunately there's no way that we're playing this Wuthering Heights. I've got quadruple Earth Threshold. That's already just really hard to play. It looks like my fire cards have the least amount of threshold, so if I don't know. I'm just gonna build the deck both ways, and then it'll be obvious by the time we get to the end which direction we're supposed to go in. That's often the thing that I do. And then more 2-mana dudes. So we got six non-minion spells, and then like Lacuna Entity is removal, Archangel Michael is removal, Mesmer Demon is interaction. I guess Gravedigger is technically interaction sometimes. I guess that's pretty much it then. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we'd have like 8 of these things, or honestly, I think Clay Golem is actually fine. I don't think I like Torch and Pitchfork. I've played it a little bit and I just don't like it. Bullwhip people have been saying is good. Deals damage to an adjacent minion. I mean, I'd be willing to try it. I think this looks pretty solid. So then we have like 6 of these guys. So it's like Entombed, Holy Warrior. I would say probably Gravedigger. I don't think we have, well, how many skeletons do we have in our earth sites? We've got 1 open grave. That's it. All right, so yeah, I think we could play Noisome Twosomes and Barrow White, but that's just not really that much going on. All right, and then Angel Ascendant. And I'm definitely playing Virgin and Prayer. I was even gonna play it before I realized that I had Angel Ascendant. Like, I think Virgin and Prayer, it's nice to have a little piece of interaction, and then we already have a bunch of 2-drops, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, so you need 1 more of these. I mean, Kisser of Wounds, Ward of Wounded minion nearby. I'm kind of interested in it. And we got a bunch of big things that can survive an attack. And like, if our Angel Ascendant ever attacks a skeleton token and kills it, and then we play this and give it a ward, I mean, that seems kind of thin, honestly. So I guess these are like kind of the worst 2-power or 2-mana minions. Also, I guess I don't like Exhume. Yeah, maybe we should just get rid of Exhume. Yeah, it really doesn't do much. It's like, I have 1 Entombed that's good with. Yeah, I don't think Exhumed is very good at all. I mean, I could play an Instigator Imp as like an additional piece of interaction. I'm pretty curious to play with it more to see how often it comes up that you can actually do something with it. It should be pretty regular that you are able to just get at least a 2-for-1 with it, so... is it worth even looking at this stuff again? I don't really think it is. Like, yeah. Like the 3-drops here are really good. The 5 and 6s are really good. We've got ice shards here. And then it's like, yeah, I just don't think that this is going to be better. There's like a bunch more 2-mana things, but like, most of all except for 1 of these 2-mana things are earth already, so I don't need more. Don't need more of those. And I guess like Lesser Blood Demon's probably the best one. I was kind of unsure about this card, but 3-power minions are just super important in this format, so I think it is just worth playing. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So this is pretty much going to be the deck. So does this make it better or worse? It does make it better. Okay. So yeah, and then I'll just grab my sites, I guess, just to see. Oh, nice. We have Fertile Earth. That's going to help a lot with Archangel. Got a Blessed Village. Bloom. we are earth, water. So these are the earth and water sites. There's no way with the threshold that we have that we can play anything that's not on our elements. So, all right. So, yeah, we got Open Grave, auto include, Hillside Chapel, auto include, Autumn Bloom, Consecrated Ground. You should not just assume that it's an auto include. Blessed Village, Fertile Ground, Sinister Pond. I mean, I think your opponent can use it. So how many mortals do we have? I mean, we have a bunch of mortals. They can transform into evil from hand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, if a Virgin in Prayer, I can pay 4 mana to turn it into a zombie horde, and then it has charge. I can just attack right away. That's pretty sweet. Stinging Kelp, I've been pretty impressed by, just breaking wards and stuff, killing skeleton tokens. And then, obviously, Croaking Swamp. Frogs are the best. All right, so Consecrated Ground. Evil has no power here. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's just a lot of evil to be playing Consecrated Ground. I think I just don't want to play this card. Because if they get a mortal or a non-evil minion onto your Consecrated Ground, and then you just have a bunch of evil minions on your side that want to block, then they can just like beat down on your Consecrated Ground. And it's just like this weird thing that you have to tiptoe around, and I would just rather avoid it, honestly. I'm sure that there's some number where it's like, okay, I only have 5 evil minions, then yeah, sure, you can play Consecrated Ground. But I think in this deck, I just have too much evil for it to be a good card. So this is gonna be the deck. And then how would I split the thresholds here? I guess I would go 6 and 6 because we have Fertile Earth. That does help with the Archangel, but we have a triple water card that's really good and a quadruple Earth card, so it's going to be tough either way. So I think you should just keep it as split as possible and hope for the best, basically. Like, there's no way I'm cutting either one of these cards to make my threshold better, but you know, our limited mana bases are a little bit bad, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, it would be great if I had like a Den of Evil and that was in one of my elements, but it's not. So yeah, that's just kind of what we got to deal with. I guess also like Sinister Pond can turn something into a Lacuna entity. Oh, but then it doesn't get the Genesis. I was gonna say like that gets around the threshold requirement, but that's not really the part that you want. You're not doing it for a 4-power minion. So anyway, yeah, this is gonna be deck 1, and now I will go on to deck 2. All right, we're going into deck 2. I don't know why I started in the middle. That seems weird, but let's crack some packs. All right. Betrayal. I lost my first game of Sorcery to this card. Gain control of target enemy minion this turn and untap it. That's crazy. It was like double Death's Door, and then I just had a minion next to my avatar, and he just like, I gain control of it, I kill you. I was like, what? How does that happen? My cats are crazy. I always need to be inside this room. I'll just put all the cards in the middle and then we'll figure it out. This card's exceptional. 5 mana, 3-power Airborne. Deathrite. Deals a bunch of damage to things. Okay. Necronoma Concert. We got a foil. Foil Be Gone. Ooh. This kind of must be one. All right. Ooh, another card in the Lord cycle. So I have not read any of the Lords. I've read one Lord, the water one. Lord of Fear, 6 mana, 6-power, elite demon. Enemies can't defend alone. And it just goes to the whole board. So you just can't block? You can't block alone? Oh my gosh. I mean, double blocking doesn't come up that often. So this just makes a bunch of your stuff unblockable? That's crazy. And it's just 6 mana for 6 power. Wow, the lords are good. Okay, I got a foil necromancer. All right, I hear that that's good. I hear that that's a good card. So, all right, I guess that's pretty sweet. All right. Foil. I guess I should set my cool foils to the side because people want to see that. All right, this is not a box opening, just to remind you. Crawling Congregation, 5 mana, 5 power. Projectiles fly over this and other adjacent allies. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Okay, wow. Ferryman's Coin. 1 mana, exceptional relic. Banish this coin, gain 1, or banish up to 3 cards from any cemetery. Garbage. Wow, we have another foil. Okay. Divine Lance, Elite Magic. That card's okay. I don't know. Foil, Noisome Twosome. Next to a Noisome Twosome. Look at that. Alright. Got some cool stuff in this pile in the middle. We're doing okay. Really biffed it. Alright. Desecrate. 4 fat frogs. What were they thinking with that card? Plague Pits. Not anything exciting there. Alright. So, we're definitely going to play Necromancer, there's no question. Alright, let's just sort Earth, Fire, Water, Air. Fire, Water. Yeah, so the first sealed pool, I built Water, Earth, which I think is just the 2 best elements, so we'll see how much that comes up, that I just end up building Earth, Water over and over. I mean, it's still pretty early in the format. I mean, air is looking really good in this pool. We got Lord of Greed, we've got Those Who Linger. This card's crazy good. Especially because I think the format is quite slow and grindy. Oh man, Earth looks good too. So we're looking like Earth Air potentially, but you always gotta look at the whole card pool. You can't just look at your few really busted cards. But wow, this air pile is growing. I just opened a lot of air cards, I guess. Wow, Gift of the Wolf too. That card's nuts. All right, yeah, I don't think we're getting away from it. I think we're playing Earth Air most likely. All right. And because of that, I'm going to start by looking at the Fire and Water cards. Because if you can just say that we're not playing these things, then we can just put them to the side and makes our life a little bit easier. All right, yeah. So, all right, anything crazy in the site pile? Not particularly. Okay, and then we got Betrayal, we got Begone. Those cards are great. Flame Strike's great. Trial by Fire's good. I think this card is probably good. I don't know. Charge is good. So fire looks okay. Yeah, Fire has a lot of playable cards. This is the kind of crap that I don't want to play. Nothing really here either. Wiccan Tools is probably the most playable card in this pile. Oh, actually, Torch and Pitchfork is potentially playable in Necromancer. I haven't tried it yet because this is the first time I'm going to be building a Necromancer deck, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it does just pump all of your skeletons, so that's very good. Displace, it's a blink without card draw. I don't know. And it's double threshold. I don't know. But I don't really understand that card. Novice Necromancer, I think we're going to have enough 1-power minions. We don't need this. Necronomic Concert, I mean, I don't think so, but we'll see about it. Oh, I said I was going to look at my water cards. Gibbs the Frog, 10-ton Slug. Horrible Hybrid. Weathered Trunks, I guess. Strange Loner, that one's hard to not play, but all the other water stuff, I mean, yeah, this is like the good water stuff. That's just not enough to make a playable deck. So we can put that pile aside. Fire, I don't know. I mean, there's some good stuff in here. I mean, I don't know why that is in that pile, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Yeah, from what I've seen, I think Earth Air is just going to be the best deck. Put this nice and twosome here. Alright, Bladder Blimp. Yeah. Alright, so let's just start building the deck as we go here. Yeah, Lord of Greed. Wow. Crazy card. Alright. Hopefully there's not too much glare. Yeah. I mean, Snellygaster. Yeah. Alright, maybe there's not that many amazing air cards. I'm just putting out the cards that I know will make the deck. And then we'll kind of fill in from there. Sometimes I just build my deck slightly different from each other. They kind of, I don't know. I go on vibes, I guess. You just always play every 3-mana 3-power minion that you have. I don't know what else to say about that. You just need to put every single one of them in your deck. I had one draft actually today, the draft that I did, that I actually cut a horrible hybrid from my deck. It was crazy. But that was like an extreme circumstance where I just drafted like the best deck ever. Yeah, I'm not playing any of these. Okay, where are we at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is 22 cards. All right, and then, all right, Necronomic Concert. 1, 2, what is this? It's a monster? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 differently named undead. I mean, You know what? I'm putting Necronomic Concert in the deck. We've got 8 different named undead, and then we have Necromancer. I mean, if there's ever a time to play Necronomic Concert, it's this deck, I think. Are there any other undead in here? There's not. Alright, so what was the count? I always forget when I forget the count. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 22, 23. Alright, and then we don't really have any more interaction. I guess Murder of Crows. Do we want to play that? We might. Also, like Divine Lance, we might just not even want to play. Right? Do we have any wards? I think we have 0 wards. I mean, there might be a ward or 2 in here. But that's pretty sketchy. Yeah, I think Divine Lance kind of sucks. So, by that logic, we should definitely play Murder of Crows, because we just need some more interaction. And then I'm still a little bit interested in trying out Dreadwing. Yeah, I'm gonna put Dreadwing in the deck. Our curve isn't too crazy high. I mean, we don't have any 7s. This is a lot of 6s. I mean, this is a lot of 5s and 6s, I should say. But yeah, Death Knight, I'm super excited to have a Death Knight Necromancer deck. A Death Knight Necromancer Necronomicon deck, I mean, that's just super wild, honestly. Well, this head, I'm kind of curious about too. Like, is it bad? I don't know. It might be okay. But two power minions, unfortunately, I think aren't really what you need in this format. Alright, so we have Sports Bouts, and I say that because of just the absurd amount of 3 power minions in the format. Like, that's been really one of the standout things that I've noticed. There's just a flood of 3 power minions. Wow. Like, so many of our sites were Earth and Air. Those are the only sites I'm not playing. So, let's see, that's 4 air sites, and we even have a Curse Tower, which we don't have a single ward in the deck. And then there's a Mountain Pass, which I guess is nice for a few things. Spore Spouts, what is it? 2 or less power minions you can cast anywhere. I mean, I guess that's really good for like Bitten, because that really matters. And Vampire Bats, I guess that's pretty good to put it on your opponent's sites. You have so many sites that you can attack with it. That's pretty cool. Twilight Bloom for some more fixing, another Bloom in Earth. Yeah, so this is a 1 ward, but I don't care if I accidentally break it. And then Hillside Chapel is also a ward, but honestly, most of my minions can't even hold wards anyway, but obviously you just play it anyway. And then Silent Hills, which is great for knocking off wards as well. So if I come up against the infamous Necromancer versus Savior mirror match, or not mirror match, but those are the 2 dudes that you gotta watch out for in this format, then I'm ready for them. The only question, I guess, really is, do I play a Torch and Pitchfork? I don't really see a reason to do it. Like, what would I cut for that? Like, I know this is the last card that I put in my deck. I would just so much rather have this than this. Yeah, I just don't think you should play this. Sometimes, I mean, if I had less playables, I would definitely consider it because I have Necromancer, but I don't know. This time around, not feeling it. But yeah, this deck looks pretty sweet, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm pretty impressed by this one. I would definitely be happy to run this. It includes air, but we also just have like a kind of a bomb. Oh, well, we have, these are 2 of our best cards in our deck, I think. Those Who Linger and Lord of Fear. So yeah, pretty excited about this one. What else is really good? I mean, Death Knight I think is going to be incredible. I'd love to play that card. 5-mana 5 power minions are just amazing. So just having a zombie horde and a crawling congregation is pretty crazy. Undesirables is almost as good as just a regular 5-mana 5 power minion. I'm not that impressed by Blighter Blimp, honestly. It's just going to trade for one of the many 3 power minions in the format. But it's going to deal some extra damage on the way out, I guess. But I think it also deals damage to yourself. But yeah, this can be deck number 2. And next I will build deck number 3. You never would have guessed. Alright, I'm moving on to deck 3. Got 6 more packs. Alright, the first 2 decks have looked really powerful so far. I think just in general, the decks in Gothic have looked really powerful. So, ooh, I've never seen this. Sentinel Trap, 4-mana Elite Monument. At the end of each turn, Sentinel Trap deals 4 damage to each unit at the adjacent location it's facing, then rotates 90 degrees clockwise. So when you play it, do you choose a direction? Or is it just always facing which way is it facing? I have no idea how this card works. I'm sure there's like an FAQ that I should read on it, but anyway, Peculiar Report. This card's incredible. All of these sites I think are super high picks. So yeah, always happy to see those in a pack. All right. Not a bad start. Sphere of Animosity. I haven't read this one either. 3 mana, 2 air threshold, elite aura. Avatars here can't leave, heal, or be defended. Okay, that's trash and limited, but cool card. Wow, this was a really strong pack. I mean, Harpian Urge is really good. This is really good. This is really good. Cursed Tower is fine. Shogoth is great. Forsaken, I think, is good. Bone Spirit, probably just good. Necromancer. Monks is incredible. Flare, 10-ton Slug, Gift of the Frog. I should start, as we go through the rest of these packs, I'm going to do pack one, pick one. This one's really tough, honestly. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Monk or Slug. Like, I think just having beef in this format is super important because there's so many 3-power minions. I keep saying that, but it's so true. So if you can just have a 4-mana, 4-power minion on turn 4, you're just going to beat up on your opponent's 3-power minions, and they're going to have to play around this thing, or they're going to have to trade 2 3-power minions for this, or something kind of horrible. So yeah, love that. And then you want beefy things for the Harpian Urge, so maybe this comes back because this pack is so strong. I think I would lean toward, I don't know, it's really close between these two cards. I think I would just take the Monk. Like, it's just relevant earlier in the game. You can always play it on turn 4. The Slug is going to come out on turn, like, 10. Like, you're going to get to turn 10 in this format, but I think Earth is a little bit better anyway, and also, yeah, just being able to play the card on curve. Okay. I mean, this is an incredible, like, second pick. I mean, if we're getting past this. Okay, but, all right, we're just going to take this Lord of Greed. I don't know what it does. 6 mana, 6 power, can't drop artifacts. At the end of your turn, Lord of Greed snatches an artifact from elsewhere into your hands. Into his hands. Okay, so there's not going to be that many artifacts, but if you ever get an artifact with this, that's crazy. Like, yeah, people are just going to be playing, like, Torch and Pitchfork, which doesn't do anything when he's carrying it, but you do just get a card worth of value by stealing it from your opponent, so that's crazy. And just 6 mana, 6 power minions are great. Wow, another really strong pack, though. I think Pile of Skulls is trash. I think people are, like, trying to figure out if this is good or not. I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's complete garbage. Yeah, easy Lord of Greed in this pack. And really glad to see a really strong Earth card in my sealed pool. Because Earth, I think, is very good in this format. Wow, this pack sucks so far. So, basically it doesn't do anything. I don't like Dredge. This blows up a site, who cares? This is like 3 mana, 1 power minion. This is 3 mana, 0 power Voidwalk. Moves by expanding from any part of itself. It occupies all locations it has ever occupied and has +1 power for each one. That is void. So, yeah, I just don't like that at all. So Wiccan Tools, best card so far. Probably Buried Alive. Flame Strike's good. Ooh, okay. But set all that stuff aside. Gift of the Wolf is a crazy, crazy card. You just always get a 2-for-1. Like, I can already tell in our sealed pool, we're 100% to play Earth. Which in the last 2 sealed decks that we built, we also played Earth. So let's just note that. I think Earth is really deep and it's really powerful. But yeah, I think pack one, pick one. Is that true? Am I taking Gift of the Wolf out of this pack? It's Gift of the Wolf versus Undesirables, Buried Alive. But I think it's just got to be Gift of the Wolf. It's that powerful, honestly. Undesirables is probably second, but you just can't have enough Gift of the Wolf, honestly. I don't know. It might be a little bit closer than I'm giving it credit for, but Yeah, it's that good though. It's a card that just pretty much always gets you a 2-for-1, and that's what limited is all about. Okay, this pack's crazy so far. There's a foil, Holy Water. Ooh, that's actually pretty foil. All right, so great card, much better card. Strange Loner, I think, is excellent. Boulevard of Bones. Someone played this against me in my first game of Sealed, and it was crazy. They played on turn 2, and I read it, and I was like, you just get 3 free skeletons. Whenever another site is played to an adjacent square, summon a skeleton token there. That's just nuts. It's just like a necromancer on a site. So once again, we're playing Sealed, so this is going to be in our deck, and it's going to be nuts. Strange Loner is really, really good. But yeah, if we're drafting this pack, this is pack 1, pick 1. Let's see all the cards that I would pull forward. By the way, I'm kind of interested in this card. I think it's playable for sure. It's not great, but it's like above the playable range for sure. Like I'm definitely gonna play it if we're in water, or at least there's a good chance. It's possible it actually gets cut. So I think it's just a Strange Loner. That card's incredible. I think water's really strong. Yeah, I think I take a Strange Loner out of this pack, and look out for some Feigned Death. That is a crazy 2-card combo. Feigned Death, I think, is an exceptional. Oh, we didn't open it, but maybe it's ordinary. No, I think it's exceptional. I don't know. It's 3 mana, give your thing stealth, draw a card, and then trigger its Death Rite ability. So you just get a 3-power minion, draw a card, give this thing stealth. So nuts. Yeah, Demon Hunter's fine. Avenging Angel seems pretty cool. Deep Sea's good for our deck, I guess. I guess Avenging Angel's the best card so far. Panpipes is like good in Necromancer. Probably not great outside of that. Mostrel's good. Screamer's great. Pretty weak pack. Yeah. So, like I've been saying, I really like to be in Earth and Water, ideally, but I'm not just going to force it. Like, the only Earth card in this whole pack is Noisome Twosome. Like, you're definitely not first picking that. And, like, the best Water card is like Mostrel or Demon Hunter. I don't think Demon Hunter is, like, great. There's only, like, 15% of the minions are demons or something, so it's just going to be a 2-mana, 2-power minion so much of the time. So I think it is between Avenging Angel and Screamer, even though I think air is the worst element. If this is pack 1, pick 1 in a draft, I guess I would go for Avenging Angel. What is it? It has charge and lethal. If an ally died on your opponent's last turn. Yeah, that seems really good. So yeah, I think that would be the pack 1, pick 1. I'd be like a little sad to first pick an air card, but I don't think air is like unplayable or anything. I think it's like Earth and Water definitely have a decent amount of edge versus the fire and air cards, but yeah, that's all. It's not like air is complete trash like it was in beta, but we'll see how things evolve. Sometimes those gaps close, sometimes elements kind of switch positions as we figure out better strategies, or like 2-card combos and stuff. Or like, yeah, the gap might close, it might get bigger, who knows. But yeah, let's just sort through these really fast. Yeah, definitely playing Earth. I'm always just like a little hesitant to say that because sometimes you do look at things and you're like, well, I've got a bunch of busted, well, you know, I've got like all my best cards are in Earth, but then you look and you only have like 8 playable Earth cards and you just can't do it. But I don't think that's the case here. Looks like our Earth pile is decently big. I didn't actually like figure out how playable this card is. I just got confused and then stopped reading it. the end of your turn, it deals 4 damage to each unit at the adjacent location it's facing. Yeah, they can just move away from it. I don't know. And like it has to go clockwise every time. Like, this card's terrible. Yeah, okay. We figured it out. Don't play it. All right, I think Holy Water is the only, I mean, I guess Wiccan Tools is the other one that's somewhat playable maybe. I think the Panpipes are just bad. Scatter doesn't have a chance to make our deck. It's a bad card and it's not in the elements that we want to be, I think. All right, so let's cut all the stuff that has no chance. I think Bless, I guarantee early on, Bless was able to be cast from your cemetery. So you could get 2 wards out of it, and then it was too good, and now it's just trash. That is my theory. I mean, I guess the Townsfolk sometimes is playable, but I think in this format it's probably just not playable. But I'll just leave it there for now. All right, so we got like 3 cards that I will never play in Earth, so that's always a hallmark of a good element, when you'll just pretty much play everything in the pile. All right, and then I think these are pretty unplayable. I don't know, Profane Revenant. Yeah, especially if Earth is one of our elements. Yeah, you just can't really play it. I guess you can play it if you're playing, what is it, Persecutor? It can just make this thing evil every turn, and then it just works. Yeah, Murders of Tomorrow, like I said, I think just 3 power minions are so important that playing a 3-mana 2-power minion is just a thing you can't do. Unless it's the Estranged Loner. So Fire, I don't know, it has fine stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be our second element. Let's look at Air next. Unplayable, probably not playable, not playable. All right, yeah, not looking great, Air. Yep, no chance, okay. Let's look at our sites. Let's just sort them out. Earth, Fire, Water, Air. Troubletown, Earth, Air, Water, okay. Yeah, and then we have a Peculiar Port in Water. This card's crazy good. All of those cards are busted. Like what would you, how high would you draft a 3-mana 3-power minion that drew a card? That's basically what all of these cards do. And they're in your Atlas, you're twice as likely to draw it. Yep. I guess we have to check if Haystack nerfs anything in our deck, but I doubt it. And then Troubled Town, I think maybe is technically playable sometimes. Like, if we just have like only single water threshold in our pile or something, then maybe we could play it. But 4 Fat Frogs, hate to say it, 4 mana for 0 power is not good enough. All right, and then yeah, looks like, yeah, Water Earth is just gonna be busted good. So let's put down the things that we know we're gonna play. These are all the best cards, I think. Like, no chance of getting cut. Like, any 3-mana 3-power minion is just 100% to be played, basically. Oops. 5, 6, 7. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of 3s, but I think that's really good. Lord of Greed, yep. Gift of the Wolf, Gift of the Frog, that's cool. Got a Smite, and then the rest. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. We could use some more 2-drops, so 20, 21, and then probably 22. Urgent Prayer's a good piece of interaction, and we don't have that much removal. So that was 2022. I would play Weathered Trunks. Can't say no to a 4-mana, 4-power minion, even if it can be awkward sometimes. So sorry, that was 23, and then these are all kind of the same. Yeah, I don't know, like, do I want to play Instigator Imp again? Honestly, Muddy Pigs is probably pretty decent in this deck. I think Earth and Water both want to play the long game, so this deck can actually take advantage of the fact that you heal 3. Like, just buying myself more time to get to this stuff is pretty important. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll go with. And, yeah, this deck looks fantastic. I honestly think ideal number of 2-drops is like 4, maybe. All right, and we do have a Holy Water. Yeah, maybe I actually do want to just play a Holy Water over the Muddy Pigs. Like, I think they're playable in this deck, but they're not great. So yeah, let's just play the Holy Water. I don't think I want Wiccan Tools. It's pretty bottom of the barrel. I know it like cycles or whatever, but that's not very exciting. So all right, double threshold stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then for water it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's too much. There's no way you can play Troubled Town in a deck that has that many double threshold things, in my opinion. Haystack. I'm pretty certain this doesn't get nerfed by anything. Yeah, so we'll just play Haystack. Hillside Chapel's nice. Boulevard of Bones, pretty good card. It's not as like busted as it can be. Like on turn 2, it's really good. You get 3 skeletons for 0 mana, but you know, skeletons aren't that great. All right, Deep Sea's sweet. Like, we don't have anything that's triple threshold, so if we just have this and another water site in our opening hand, we can just bottom the water site because we know we have all the threshold we need from this one site. That's pretty sweet. Unless, of course, the water site is a peculiar port, and then you just keep it because that card's crazy. Yeah, the one Kelp is great. We got a Blessed Well. We got a peculiar port. Yeah, this deck looks fantastic. I'd be so happy to build this and play it in a big limited event. Yeah, so I would just go 6 and 6. So I would add 1 stream, I would add 3 valleys, and this would be the deck. Yeah, this one looks really strong. The only thing it's missing is a Savior or a Necromancer. But I think ideally a Savior. I'm not sure which one is actually stronger so far. I think Savior is stronger. That is my guess so far. All right, that was deck number 3. I will move on to deck number 4. Everyone wants to see the packs come out of the box, so this is going to be sealed pool number 4 out of 6. And it's going decently fast, so maybe I'll just keep going and do all 6. Didn't open anything too crazy yet. Got the foil Necromancer, that was pretty cool. All right, Failed Mutation, this card's crazy. Oh yeah, let's do some pack 1 pick ones again. All 3 of these exceptionals are first pickable. Ooh, what's our foil? Ooh, foil elite. Symmetric Suffering, 3 mana elite magic. Sacrifice up to 1 minion, artifact, and aura. Your opponent must sacrifice the same. All right, I guess I'll think about that. I don't think it's first pickable. Destroy all minions, artifacts, and auras at target nearby site. Destroy all minions, artifacts, and auras. So it is 4 element, but if you have a bloom, you can just play it. So if we end up with a few blooms, this might actually be playable. I don't know how many blooms I would need for this though. Maybe like, I'd be really happy to play it with 4 blooms. I mean, destroy all minions, yeah. I mean, it just says destroy all minions at target site. So, I don't know. I guess it's not that crazy of a blowout, but like, you can get a 2-for-1 without too much difficulty, so maybe it's playable. I don't think I would ever first pick in a draft, but maybe it actually makes it into the deck. We'll see. Yeah, Symmetric Suffering, I don't know. That is so creepy. I just hate this art, which I'm sure is the point. Yeah, I don't know how playable that card is. I guess we'll see. I'll think about it and we'll get there when I do the deck build. But yeah, I think it's just Failed Mutation. This card's crazy good. Like 4-mana 4-power minion with significant upside. Like it just can't be killed by magic. Like, yeah. Which means they just have to throw 2 minions into it. Unless they have a 4-power minion or something, but there's so many 3-power minions, like a 4-power minion is so important. So I would first pick a Failed Mutation out of this pack, no question. All right, pack 2. We got Rat King, 3-mana 3-power, Genesis and Deathrite. Search your top 6. You summon an ordinary rat from among them to each of the adjacent sites, and then you put the rest on the bottom. This card's so weird. Why doesn't it say shuffle or like put them in the bottom in a random order? I guess that's just too many words, but you look at 6 cards and then when this dies, you look at 6 cards again. That's 12 cards in a 24 card deck. So the fact that you can order the cards is like, I guess a little bit annoying because you have to, if you're really wanting to play optimally, you should write down the order of the cards and like put them in the order that you want them to be in. And that's just like a little bit of a headache. So far, absolutely, I'm taking Forsaken Crypt. This card's crazy good. All right, anything else jump out in this pack? Not really. So yeah, I think it's Forsaken Crypt. I guess like it is air, and I don't love air, but again, like if air is open, then you should draft air, and this card's just a reason to draft air. So yeah, probably taking Forsaken Crypt. That's pretty bad. Oh man, this card's nuts. Zombie Bruiser, 4-mana 4-power, and you can pay for it to sack a skeleton token to summon it from your cemetery to that location. Like 4-mana 4-power is great, and then it comes back for 4 mana. Like all you need is some skeleton tokens. So this is a nuts card. Like this is your win condition all on one card. All right, and let's see our rare because it also looks good. So 7-mana 6-power Burrowing. Genesis, if an ally died last turn, it may drag the killer from an adjacent site to here. But it doesn't like fight it, it just drags it here? I'm a little surprised it doesn't kill the thing, but 7-mana 6-power Burrowing. That's actually just fine. Like it's worse than a slug. I would rather just have a slug than this. It's very good though. I think I would take Zombie Bruiser over it, to be honest. And it kind of sucks because then you would be passing someone a really good Earth card that, like, it is very good. So you're just gonna be kind of fighting over Earth cards, and it's triple Earth threshold, so you might actually end up screwing them and making it so that Earth isn't very open, and then their deck just basically sucks, or they just can't really cast this, or they have to pivot away from it and they really don't want to. So you're kind of like, if you've ever played Shit on Your Neighbor, that's a card game where you're like passing around cards and then at some point someone gets an ace and then they get stuck with it and they lose the game, basically. That's kind of what you're doing, but that's totally fine. And like, there's even 2 other good Earth cards in this pack, Search Party and Barrow Wight. So you're really shitting on your neighbor here, but I think I would take Zombie Bruiser, no question. Yeah, pretty good pack. Bunch of good Earth stuff. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe we build an Earth pool again. Ooh, Gnarled Wendigo. And then we open an Ursat's Plats. You can play an exceptional site from your collection here, banishing this site. I don't love it in limited. Yeah. I mean, maybe in sealed it's actually good, so we'll see. But yeah, Gnarled Wendigo is probably the pick here. What else is there? Yeah, it's Gnarled Wendigo. Just big minions. There's not that many of them. You just need to take them when you see them. and it's single water threshold. I'm not really big on splashing or anything, but it's nice to have less threshold on your cards, obviously. Harbinger's bad. Toolbox. Toolbox is interesting. Ooh, never read this one either. There's so many cards I haven't seen yet. It's crazy. 2 mana, 2 power, ward, unique mortal. Okay. No minion is evil, but all enter the realm tapped. So all minions enter tapped is what I'm reading that as. Okay. This is good against charge, I guess, which there's not really that much charge in this format. Talking about limited, obviously. 2 mana, 2 power, double earth threshold, though, is not great. Oh, it has a ward. Okay, so this card's just great by itself. And then no minion is evil. So I guess it... Huh. So then you can ward anything? It doesn't... You can ward stuff that is normally evil, but then, of course, if this dies, then you just lose all your wards that are on evil things. So you probably just don't want to do that anyway. And then if you have like a bind evil in your deck or something, then it just like doesn't work if you're playing this card. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's good. 2 mana, 2 power ward is pretty decent. It's like a C plus or something. It's not like great. Ooh, there's a monk. Yeah, so out of this pack, I guess it's like toolbox, this guy, I guess, and then I would keep going and I would see a monk and a slug. Yeah, I still think, like, I know we already had this pick between these two cards, but I think it is really, really close, but I think I would just take a monk. Toolbox is interesting. I don't think it's very, I don't know. It's probably still good in draft. It's much better in sealed. The crazy thing that you can do in sealed is you play a bloom and then you crack your toolbox and you can just get whatever you want from your collection and be able to cast it as long as it's single threshold. So yeah, bloom plus toolbox is a pretty sweet combo. I have not pulled it off. I have not played toolbox at all in limited yet. But yeah, looking forward to that. I would take a monk out of this pack. Okay, good start. This card's great. 3 mana, 3 power ward. Enough said. Demonic Contract. Ooh, this is the first one I've opened. Am I supposed to sign it? I guess I am probably supposed to sign it, huh? All right, I opened my first Demonic Contract on camera, so I guess I need to sign it. There you go, boys. Got Demonic Contract. Totally trash card, never play it. But always sign it. So, Order of the Sacred Oak. That's a very high pick. Am I the only one that thinks that the sights should be always oriented this way? Like, this is how we sleeve our card, right? Why do all the sights come in the pack this way? They gotta tell the printers. That Froggy Mago doesn't like how they put their sights in their packs. Yeah, I guess it's just Order of the Sacred Oak. I mean, I'm not upset to pick that. There's just, yeah, I mean, yeah, these are the other cards that are good. So 3 mana, 3 power dude, that's just great. 2 mana, 3 power dude, these cards are really good. I think I was a little bit worried about like the tempo loss of having it burrowed, but I am not worried about that at all. Like, you just need 3 power minions, and the fact that there's a cycle of 2 mana, 3 power minions just adds to the fact that there's just a ton of 3 power minions just on board. Like here's 5 3 power minions in one pack. Yeah, so I would just take the best 3 mana, 3 power minion, basically. Order of the Sacred Oak. 3 mana, 3 power ward. That's just great. So, yep, those are my first picks. All right, and then, yeah, we'll just order by element here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we're probably playing Earth again. I don't know. Like, Not that I'm just like forcing it or anything, but honestly, if you just look at the ordinaries, I think Earth just kind of has a really good deal on ordinaries. Like, you get 5 mana 5 power and 4 mana 4 power at ordinary in Earth. That's just kind of nuts. Like, we had Amazon Warriors. It was busted. Earth was like the second best element in beta, and then we had brown bears in Arthurian Legends, and like Earth was, I think, the worst element in Arthurian Legends just because it was just it wasn't very deep. It was very shallow. But brown bears was still like one of the best ordinaries in the entire set. So like obviously had nothing to do with the fact that brown bears was in Earth. And now we just have brown bears and Amazon warriors both in the same element. So yeah, I think that's just kind of where we're at. It's just very, very good to have both of those cards at ordinary. All right. All right, let's take a look at this card first because it's just fun. So how many blooms do we got? 2, 3 blooms. So, and they're in different elements. So yeah, sadly, I don't think you can play this. I think 3 blooms is just not enough. We're probably playing Toolbox. I think I'm absolutely for sure playing Toolbox. Yeah, there's just no way to get around it. Like, there's a bunch of situational cards, and we're gonna have some amount of blooms in our deck too. So, yeah, it's just really good and limited. Any sites? Forsaken Crypt. Did we have another one? No. Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of these other ones are pulling me in any specific direction. So there we are. Harbinger, not a playable avatar in my opinion. All right, let's look at air. So Vampire Bat, Archer, Snallyguest, Witching Hour I think is quite good. Yeah, not too impressed with air again. Failed Mutations, crazy. I'm pretty interested in Frozen Horror. I haven't played it or played against it yet, but it seems like it could be good. Yeah, water looks really strong. Yeah, I might consider playing this card. I mean, if you just sack a skeleton and then they have to sack a minion or something. It's only up to 1 though. Yeah. So you're spending this card plus a minion to make them sack 1 minion. And like the artifact and aura part doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. Yeah, water looks really good. All right. Yeah, I think these cards are bad. Put those to the side. Got this toolbox. Yeah, and I think these other artifacts I'm not playing. I'll put those aside. We're not playing air. Sorry, air. Wow. Yeah, there's not many fire cards here. I think, yeah. Sorry, Demonic Contract. You are not making the cut. Landmass is terrible. Don't play it. So I think we're playing Earth Water. What do you know? All right, let's check out the cards that are really good. I'm curious enough to just play this card. I mean, I think it's good. I just don't know how good yet. Yeah, these are all the cards that I would basically never cut. So we're just gonna put those down first. Let's move these sites, this thing. I don't know that I would always play Trial by Water. All right. Yeah, I think Bind Evil is pretty decent. Barrow White. I mean, yeah. Let's just get through this and then go back. Ooh, got Death Knight. This guy, Monk. Grave Digger, Penitent Knight, Entombed, this thing, wow. All right. Yeah, not playing these. Not playing this. These are the maybes. All right, where are we at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is 29 cards. Love to see it. All right, does Death Knight do anything? It's like 1. This is undead. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I might be cutting some of these. Yeah, I think Death Knight not going to be good enough in this deck. Let's look at our sights, I guess. Sometimes that can affect what you cut and what you don't. Ooh, Den of Evil. That's a nice one. Oh wait, sorry, we're not playing air. Sorry, air. Sets plants, I guess we can look at it, but well, we can look at it right now. Earth and water sites. All right, so our exceptional sites are going to be Thin Ice, and that's it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think our sets plants is gonna make much of an appearance in limited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a lot of sites. Oh wait. Why did I keep accidentally grabbing air sites? All right. Yeah. I mean, it's really sad to not be playing Forsaken Crypt, but you just can't do it. Oh, see. The Nice is a water site. For some reason, I just really wanted to play air. All right, so... yeah. All right, I think we're still at like 29 cards or something, right? So we're at, I think, 28 maybe. We don't have much removal. I think I should play Trial by Water. There's no way Survivor makes it at this point. And then I really just want to trim two mana minions. Like, I think that's the only thing I want to trim. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is 21. Honestly, I think it's like 21, 22, 23, 24. Like, I just want 3 power things. Holy Warrior's really good though. I don't know. Saint of Redemption is just worse than Holy Warrior in my opinion. I don't know. Like, also, like, I even mentioned the non-bow, and then we got it. Like, Bind Evil and Saint of Redemption, they just don't work together. So, yeah. And I want to play Bind Evil. Yeah, so I think not playing Saint. Virgin Prayer is good, and we don't have that many pieces of removal, but we can get it with Toolbox. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably a good thing to have in the toolbox. And then Gravedigger is really good to have in the toolbox too. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, Holy Warrior. This is the only card that I'm like, man, I really wish that I had room for this. Like, it's a good card that I'm cutting, but it's not that good. I just want 3 power things. So, yeah. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is 24 cards. All right. And then, do we have 1 bloom? All right. We have 1 open grave. We've got 1. Oh, we do have 2 blooms. Okay. So two blooms for our toolbox. That's really sweet. And 1 open grave for our zombie bruiser. Is there any other skeleton tokens? I think that's literally it. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I'll just play the open grave somewhere in the back row, ideally, and just make the skeleton token, and then just have it wait around until I get a zombie bruiser and just try to keep it safe. Like, it's not a big deal if I can't get zombie bruiser to come back, but it's busted if you do, so I guess it is kind of a big deal. So toolbox. Bearer may cast an ordinary spell from your collection. Alright, let's look at ordinary spells. Like, man, it's gonna be a massive pile, I'm sure. Let's just see. Alright, so we can't play double. I guess I'll sort through them later. I'll just grab every ordinary. I'm just gonna grab every ordinary in this pile real quick. Like, no big deal. Oh my god, just having a zap in your collection to get with that is kind of crazy. I mean, I have to play off of a bloom, but still. Oh wow. Okay, I guess these are technically things. I think that's it. So, all right, of the earth and water stuff. All right, let's just grab everything that you can technically play off of a bloom. So I'm just taking out all the double threshold things that even if we play a bloom, we still can't play it. All right. So this is the pile of cards you can get with Toolbox. That is nuts. Oh my god. All right, and then how many of these cards can I only play off of a bloom? I mean, it's still these many cards I can just always play. I mean, Baptize is like situationally good. Sewer Rats is never good. I'm never playing that. Freeze can be situationally good, but I would never main deck it, but it's great. I mean, 3 mana, disable a thing, and kill it. That seems fine. Torch and Pitchfork can be a huge blowout in some situations, so that's pretty cool. Makeshift Barricade, I'm never playing that, but, you know. Carrion Beetles, I mean, if they have like a Zombie Bruiser in their cemetery, I'm definitely gonna cast a Carrion Beetles and deal with it. Or I saw that like 2 mana Putin guy that that you can cast from your cemetery, and he's just like a busted dude. He just keeps coming back and like gains the abilities of things and all that. That card's crazy. And then, yeah, I mean, Virgin and Prayer is nice situational card. I'm never playing Landmass off of this, but yeah. So the cards that I would really play off of the toolbox are like Virgin and Prayer, technically Carrion Beetles, but probably not. And then like Torch and Pitchfork, Freeze, Baptize. I think that's pretty much it. But for this one card to just be 5 different cards is pretty nuts. And then if I play a bloom and then sack my toolbox, then I can cast Zap, just deal the death blow. That's nice. Detonate, also like deal the death blow. Maybe, you know, this is a very situationally good card too. I don't really have skeletons, so I would never main deck this, but maybe there's some situation that Detonate would be fine. I mean, just a lethal minion can sometimes be great. A charged minion, I guess, can come up. Ghostfire. Yeah, Ghostfire is a thing. Trial by Fire, just a removal spell. We got a 1-power lethal dude. This is another removal spell. You can sack real undead to it. Ideally, you want to sack skeletons, but maybe this just deals the death blow. I mean, I guess if we're doing death blow stuff, we're just casting the Zap anyway, but you know what I mean. And then, I mean, there's just like a big dude. There's 3 power dudes. Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, 2-box plus a bloom looks really nice. Yeah. Just all of this premium removal that I just can't get in my deck, but I can just get off of Toolbox. And yeah, even without the bloom, I think it's pretty powerful. So, wow, that was a nice little Toolbox explanation, but yeah, that card seems crazy good and sealed. But yeah, this is the deck. This was what it's all about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 3-power minions. And then we got our 4s to beat their 3-power minions. More 4s, more stuff that beats 3-power minions, and then we got this dude that I think is gonna be fine. I'm curious about it. I don't know. It's like you're playing a 3-power minion with just like, it has kind of a Genesis effect, so that's pretty cool. yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say over here. But yeah, that was deck number 5? Deck number 4? Deck number 4. All right, we are back with deck number 5. We're just gonna keep going. All right, let's crack some packs. Hopefully get some valuable stuff. Rowdy boys. All right, let's do some pack 'em pick ones. All right, we found it. Seraphim. 6 mana, 4 power, Elite Angel, Airborne Ward. Okay, at the end of your turn, you may transfer a nearby ward onto a nearby minion or site. So if it loses its ward, you can take a ward off of your site and put it back on it, or you can put its ward on something else. It has to be on a minion or a site, I guess. I don't think I'm ever putting a ward on a site intentionally. Alright. Wow, there's a zombie horde in this pack too? Wow. So yeah, I think it's Seraphim for sure. I mean, I would just want to play this card. I mean, honestly, like, Zombie Horde is a really good card too. But yeah, I mean, Elite Angel that has a ward, it's huge. Yeah, definitely pack 'em pick one, Seraphim. Okay, Feign Death is cool. Alright, what is this? Unique site. Endless Fence. Minions can't enter this span of land from the void. Okay, well, you had me in the first half. Shogoth, Undesirables, Gift of the Wolf, Horrible Hybrid. Yeah, I think those are pretty much the cards I would look at. I mean, Charged is fine, or Ignited, but yeah. Undesirables and Shogoth are pretty much the same. I don't think that the ability of the Undesirables is really that relevant. It's single threshold too, which is cool. Gift of the Wolf is really good though. I like Feign Death, but it's kind of like a 2-card combo with another card. So maybe you don't want it that early. And these other cards are probably just always good, whereas this is good in some specific situations. I don't know. I guess I would probably start with Gift of the Wolf. Man, it's just so much better than all the other gifts, like by miles. I just don't understand. It's so crazy. Yeah, I think I would first pick Gift of the Wolf and be kind of sad that I have to pass some big dudes, but it's just so like mana efficient, and it's so likely to get a 2-for-1. You just can't pass that up. Interesting. Okay. So I had a Dormant Monstrosity in my draft deck. I just did a draft earlier today, and I think it's actually not that great. I actually didn't end up playing it. I mean, I did have to cut a bunch of really good cards from that deck, but it has to be cast to a corner void is just really punishing. And like, I think I would rather have a slug than this. You know, 7 mana for 7 power. You can cast it wherever you want, and this like gets a mana discount, but I don't know. I think I would rather just take a Zombie Horde. 5 mana for 5 power is just busted. Yeah, it's really sad, honestly, because I think this is a really interesting card, but I think I would just want like a vanilla big dude that I don't have to cast into the void. Like, yeah, just having to cast it into a corner void, it's pretty punishing, I think. I mean, I literally haven't played with it yet, but yeah, just having like 5 mana for 6 power potentially, but then it has to be in the corner void, versus just having 5 mana for 5 power straight up. Like, I mean, it has slight downside, but it's really not that much downside. Yeah, I'd probably just do that. So yeah, probably just take Zombie Horde out of that pack. Okay. No Man's Land. Elite site. Players can't summon minions to this site or the one directly in front of it. That's whatever. Maybe there's something crazy with it that I can't think of right away, but it doesn't seem very exciting to me. Kiss of Death seems good. Red-maned Hyena is good. Buried Alive. Yeah, pretty weak pack. I mean, I guess it's probably the Hyena? I don't know. I hate to say it, but I might just take the Buried Alive. I think these cards are all like pretty similar power level. And Buried Alive is just in the element that I want to be in. But if I'm like early in the format and I'm just wanting to like explore some interesting things, like I haven't played with Red-maned Hyena yet, it seems really good. Like 2 mana for 4 power is nuts. Yeah, and 4 power minions are really good, so having one that's just 2 mana. Like obviously there's some setup cost, but you just don't play it early and you should be able to pull it off. So yeah, I guess I'd probably take the Hyena right now. Yeah, and that probably is just the right pick to make. Like it is very good. Searing Truth, Molten Mar. This is the one where you cast a Hellhound. Okay. Another Symmetric Suffering. I don't think that card's very good. All right. I think it's just Molten Mar. I don't know. You just can't get around how good this card is. I mean, it's just 3 mana, 3 power minion that draws a card, basically. That's crazy. I'm not that big of a fan of Searing Truth yet. I've taken 6 damage off of this and then lost the game. I have killed my opponent with it, but I don't know. I'm not totally sold on it yet. And then like Mesmer Demon's great, Smite, Crawler, Snallygaster, but Molten Mar's just crazy good. Yeah. Ooh. Alright, Mephistopheles, 6 mana, 4 power, unique demon, and aspirant avatar. Must be cast to your avatar's location, taking their life and replacing them as your avatar. Once on your turn, you may summon an evil minion from your hand to an adjacent site. Whoa. So 6 mana, 4 power. Wait, okay. So it must be cast to your avatar's location, taking their life and replacing them as your avatar. Okay. Weird. So he kind of like acts like, so you can't play sites, I'm assuming? Like he doesn't have that ability? He doesn't gain their abilities, right? Wow, that is super interesting. I would definitely play this. And you can just summon an evil minion for free once per turn. And you can even like summon it onto your opponent's sites. Wow, that is really interesting. Huh. I think this card's like just so interesting that I would definitely play it. I would definitely just like pack one, pick one it, and then like you just want to draft a bunch of evil, especially expensive evil things. Like you can just play this on turn 6. I mean, not turn 6, but whenever you get to 6 mana and then just put a slug in play for free. That's nuts. Holy smokes. All right. Huh. That seems crazy. All right. And then you just have like a 4 power avatar, basically. Does it ever go away? I mean, if he takes 4 damage, does he die and then get replaced by your avatar? I don't think so, right? I think he's just permanently your avatar now. So maybe you don't want to slug in your deck because you don't really want to, well, yeah, I guess you do. I don't know. I was going to say because you don't ever want to get to 7 mana because you want to play this on 6 mana, but then like you can play the slug for free. So yeah, you even can just play slugs. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, earth, fire, water, air. Let's organize some stuff. There's just a lot of implications to that card. I don't know. It just seems crazy. Let's see if we build anything really weird this time. I think we've built fire. I think we've put earth in our deck every single time so far, which like sounds kind of boring, but it's like, I think just the truth. Like you just, I think should play earth most of the time, in sealed. All right. Like it's so hard to see a zombie horde and not just play earth because you just have a bunch of beef. But yeah, and then I think we also opened at least one monk, so yeah, and a gift to the wolf and undesirables. Yeah, we'll see. I would love to play air and try out that bomb though. Ooh, we have 2 zombie hordes. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I don't know, Earth just has so much beef. All right, let's take these artifacts out that I kind of crammed in there. So of the sites, yeah, it's like Molten Mar is the best one, so that pulls me in fire a little bit. All right, none of these are like crazy good or anything. I think Clay Golem is perfectly good, but I'll just put the artifacts to the side for now. I guess I don't want to forget about it, so I'll leave like those 2 there, and I guess Wiccan Tools. All right. All right, so let's just take out the unplayable stuff. So I'm just really interested in what air looks like. I mean, air looks fine. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of the problem I have with air is like, well, technically there's playable cards in here, but like the power level is pretty flat. Like, yeah, it just feels like you're not getting that much advantage by playing air unless you have some like crazy bomb, but even that's like, it's only 1 card, you know? You're only gonna draw it 50% of the games. And then this guy is pretty crazy good. We have a Feigned Death. Do we have any sweet death rates? Looks like we probably don't. All right, I mean, Feigned Death is still perfectly playable. Yeah, I don't know. Water doesn't look like particularly great in this pool compared to other pools that I've had, but it's also, I think, still just looks good. All right. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, fire doesn't look good. That's a lot of kind of crap in fire. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's just build earth, water, and see what it looks like. I think you should honestly do this though. Like I'm not trying to oversell it or anything, but like I think pretty much most of your pools you should just put your water and earth cards together and see what it looks like, and then use that as a baseline, and then go to your other elements and be like, okay, let's put together some other elements and compare that to my earth water pile. Because yeah, like I think that's just gonna be the baseline basically. All right, so let's put down the stuff I'm definitely playing again. Okay. Okay. Let's look at our water earth sites again. Looks like we don't have like any skeletons. Yeah. All right. I'm just checking for barrel white, basically. All right, I guess. Huh. So Noisome, Twosome, Muddy Pig are the two death rights, and I think those are just kind of fine. I don't think they're bad. I think. Do I play Dormant Monstrosity? I mean, I need some 2-drops, so I think I need those. And then I think I do play Feign Death. I don't have much removal, but this is at least some. Oh, and then Clay Golem also is a death right ability, so that's pretty good. No other death rights. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is 20. I think we do play this. 21. 22. 23. Maybe 24 as a piece of interaction. Yeah. Or actually, maybe we play Holy Water. Yeah. Let's play Holy Water as another piece of interaction. Yep, I think that's the 24. Yeah. It looks pretty good. I mean, just honestly, I think you just need beef, and Earth Water just has the beef. And I love having only 4 2-drops. Like, I think that's really where you want to be. Like, you want to do something on turn 2, ideally, but you don't want to just have a bunch of 2-drops in your hand. So having like 4 where you're like pretty likely to maybe see 1 in the first couple turns, I think is pretty good. Yeah. There's interesting fun stuff in the air pile, I guess. But I'm just building these based on what I would do if I was in a competitive tournament playing sealed. And this is what I would do with this pool. I don't love it, but I do love it because this is how you win games, and I like winning games, so that's just what you gotta do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's 24, and then these are our other sites. And then I think our threshold, we've got some double threshold in both elements. So I don't think I would play like a Den of Evil or a Troubled Town or anything. Yeah. Yep, and I'd probably just do 6 and 6 again. Yeah, that is deck number 5 here. All right, here's the lucky last 6 packs. Let's build our final sealed pool. I can practice some pack 1, pick 1 along the way. Oh my gosh, this card, I've played against this, it was nuts. 3 mana, 3 power, double air, elite spirit, airborne. Whenever an enemy casts magic, it may step closer than strike it if adjacent. So nuts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 3 mana, 3 power, airborne's good. It's great, honestly. And then it just nugs them for 3 every time they cast a magic spell? That's ridiculous. What were they thinking? I mean, it's not like that busted, but that's the pack 1, pick 1 for sure. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else is really that close. All right, oh, Necromancer, all right. Oh man. This is gonna be a good pack to talk through. So let's see what else we got. There's even a monk in the pack. Wow, what a crazy pack. Alright, I haven't read this card yet. I mean, I think I have. 6 mana, 4 power, Bodak Boogeyman. Unique monster. Can pick up adjacent weaker enemy minions. They're disabled while carried. So it can pick things up, and then ideally you want to kill the minion. Yeah. So it can use the pickup ability once per turn. Can pick up adjacent weaker enemy minions. Oh my gosh. So it can use the pickup ability and pick up all weaker minions that are adjacent to it at the same time. And then they're all carried by him and they're all disabled. That's nuts. Holy smokes, like, wow. And then the thing you really want to do with this, though, is make sure that the minions die before this guy dies. So that's the tricky part, right? Like, you want to make sure you have a blocker to block for any charge minion or something that comes his way, but ideally what you want to do is just like have a few minions in play adjacent to him, play him, pick up your opponent's minions, disable them, and then kill them immediately. So while they're carried by him, you can still attack the minions that are disabled and carried by him. So that's what you really want to do. It's like the frog from beta that picks something up and it's disabled and it's carried in his belly. You can use the frog to kill the minion that it's carrying, and that's what you want to do with this. It can only pick up 3 or less power minions, but there's tons of 3 power minions in the format, so this card's going to be crazy. But then there's also a Necromancer. So definitely this card is way better than Monks, and I love Monks. So let's just start there. So incredible card, happy to first pick. But we have a Necromancer, and you always have Necromancer. So if you just take this, you're guaranteed to have a Necromancer turn 1. Every turn you can just pay 1 to make a skeleton. I am not totally sure between these two cards. I was expecting to be like, ooh, here's this unique beast, like this card's busted, but we have a Necromancer, we should just take a Necromancer. And I think it's actually a little bit close, because the really crazy cards in Sorcery are the ones that you play and immediately affect the board. And this really does do that. I really don't know. I mean, I think I would probably take the Boogeyman just because I'm interested in playing it. But if I was in a limited championship, I don't know. I might just take the Necromancer because you just always have it. And like they can't remove it, and I don't know. I mean, I need more experience with Necromancer too. Like I still haven't played it myself in limited, but it looks crazy good. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take the Boogeyman, but I'm not totally sure. What is the correct move? All right, let's go a little bit quicker. Alabaster Box, 4 mana Elite Relic. Whenever a minion dies nearby, you heal 1. No thanks. I like the airship a lot. It's triple threshold though. Darkening Kraken, I think, is quite good. Slug is really good. None of this other stuff. So I think it's between one of these beefy things. I guess I would probably take... I guess I would take the Kraken, because it can come down kind of early, and even if it's just on turn 6, that's totally fine too. Yeah, the things that enter submerged or burrowed are totally fine, because I just haven't had the experience of just getting like completely beaten down in this format yet. Ooh, cool. All right, this back I would take the Archangel. Like, I think the Genesis is like kind of bad. Like, it hurts both of you. So I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of the Genesis, but it's still just an incredible card. I think Slavrama is also pretty good, but you also really want some skeletons to sacrifice to it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Ooh, open an imposter. 20 life, 0 power. You can pay 3 to banish an avatar from your collection, unmask yourself, gaining their abilities until damaged or until you put on a new mask. So, unplayable and limited, you have to have avatars in your collection. So, wouldn't draft this card, but cool that I opened it, I guess. Okay, so... Oh, this is a mudslide. I thought it was the other one. Barghest is very good. Drowned is fine. Phantom Knight's good. Undesirables, Gift of the Wolf. Yeah, I might just take Gift of the Wolf here. It's in the best element. It's a really busted card. I've talked about it. Plenty enough at this point. Skeleton Mage is kind of sweet. Stitched Abomination. Yeah. It's a weird one. I don't have any experience with it yet, but it seems coolish. Yeah, I don't know if I'm even convinced that it's good. But there's not really anything else here. Like, yeah. I guess maybe I would just try it. It banishes 3 cards from one cemetery, and then it like loses power as it gets damaged. Banish up to 3 cards from one cemetery to stitch together. It has the combined power, but each part may be damaged and destroyed separately. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I guess maybe I would just take it. Who knows? I'm just gonna zoom through these. It's always a good sign when I feel like I don't have too much to talk about. That means that I've probably covered a lot of the things that I've learned so far in the format. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a Necromancer in our pool. That's nice. I don't love that they are exceptional, but might just be something that we just deal with, or it might be something that we decide to fix on our online drafts. We might shift them to be elite rarity. I don't know that I want to have that whole conversation right now, but at some point we'll talk about that. I didn't get any of the busted sites. Wow. That's unlucky. Wow, this is our earth pile? That's crazy. It's so small. So, yeah. I mean, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards that I'd be happy to play, but yeah, I mean, that might still be an option, honestly. Probably not. I think I'm probably not going to build Earth in this pool. This might be the only deck that we didn't do Earth, I'm not sure. Water looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 good water cards. Okay, so this is gonna be a weird pool. We're gonna do fire air maybe, or maybe we just have a complete trash pool. I don't know. Oh yeah, Bone Spear with Necromancer is crazy good. All right, Foul Bones. I might be willing to play 1 Foul Bones in a Necromancer deck. I don't think I'll play 2. Raise Militia is just too much of the thing that we're already doing. Okay. Yeah, these are the cards I don't really like. I know people love Pithing, but it is actually a combo with Wiccan Tools, because it gains Spellcaster and you can cast the card that it stole, but I don't know. Is that worth doing? Maybe it is. I'll put them in the pile. Just for you guys. Yeah, I have a feeling that fire is going to be the best element that we opened, which is a nice change. Yeah, wow, there's just a lot of good fire stuff in here. Crazy. Huh. These are the cards I don't like. I guess Profane Revenant with Necromancer might actually be good, since you always have skeletons everywhere. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of that, but let's just see what the really good stuff is. And we're gonna build our first fire air deck. That's gonna be cool. All right, what are the cards that I will definitely not be cutting? Probably not that. Okay. Oh, and we even have some expensive beef, which is not always a guarantee when you're in these elements. Yeah, that's cool. Slaver Maw is really good with Necromancer, so that's pretty nice. Ignited, I just consider a removal spell. Disabled until a mortal or beast dies nearby. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that one. Can Dreadwing? No. I mean, maybe. Second Wind. Maybe Foul Bones? I don't know. Unclear. Murder of Crows. I will keep in this pile for now. Oh yeah, we even have this guy? Wow. Weird Pool. 2 Tribal Fires. Oh man, Gift of the Serpent's really good with skeletons too. Wow. This is my favorite pool so far because it's so different. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is 23. Do I really want Foul Bones though? Alright, sorry for the hard cut. I had some stuff come up and I had to go do other things, but I am back on a different day to finish this deck build. So I thought this was actually a really interesting deck build and I wanted to go over the final pieces of it for consideration. I think I am just going to cut this Foul Bones. I just don't think that is going to be better than Skeleton Mage. So Skeleton Mage can recast a cantrip, it can recast Bone Spear. Second Wind you can already recast, so that doesn't actually matter, but recasting 2 Trial by Fires or a Flame Strike, that's pretty powerful. But then I looked and, you know, I had that Earth pile that just didn't have many cards in it, and then I had that water pile that just didn't have that many cards in it. And then I think there are some other reasonable options in here, but these are the cards I guess I wouldn't play. I think it's not crazy to play Pith Imp and Wiccan Tools, but it seems a little bit cute to me. I don't just like Pith Imp on its own. Anyway, I'm sure people disagree with that. Everyone seems to love Pith Imp, but I'm just not really that interested. But yeah, and then there's this Earth pile that has some good cards, but there's not very many of them. And then there's this Water pile that has good cards, but there's not that many of them. So I realized that I can actually just slot these in and see what the deck looks like. So I'm not going to change any of the fire cards, I think. But if I take out the error stuff, actually, here's how I'll do it. I'll just have them sit right there, and then I'll show. All right, so Gift of the Wolf, definitely better than Second Wind. It's probably better than Bone Spear because it's a 2-for-1. It's not as efficient, but it's still super efficient. It's 2 mana. Bitten is also like a different version of Bone Spear, kind of. I like Bitten quite a bit. I haven't really played with it, but it seems good to me. And then we have 4 3-mana 3-power dudes. A Watchman is slightly better than that, so we can just kind of replace a Ghoul and the Sturmgeist with these guys, and then we don't have any 2-drops. So imagine we're replacing these 4 cards with these 4 cards. And then we've got Monks to replace the Dreadwing. I think Monks is just a better card than Dreadwing, honestly. Like, taking 4 damage or discarding a card is such a huge cost. And then we have an Undesirables, which sometimes is just going to be better than Stitched Abomination. Like, the problem with Stitched Abomination is it does fall apart when it starts taking damage, and it just shrinks. And also it costs 7 mana instead of 6 mana. So I think it's pretty reasonable to make this change. It's really like, the big thing you're giving up is Sturmgeist. This card is pretty crazy, because it's just like 3 mana, 3 power in the air, and sometimes it just gets in for a ton of extra damage because they have to remove it. At least 3 extra damage. That's my experience. Yeah, so I think this is a reasonable option, and then I guess I'll remove the Earth cards, and I will put in the water cards to represent that. So 10-Ton Slug, I think, is probably just better than Stitched Abomination, honestly. Like, yeah. And then we have Hardening Kraken, which also I kind of think is just better than Dreadwing. We have another 5-drop. We have Weathered Trunks, which I think is a totally reasonable card. 3 mana, 3 power just replaces a Ghoul. We have a Drowned. We have an Ice Shards, and Gift of the Frog to replace these 2 cards. I mean, yeah. I think Gift of the Frog is better than Second Wind, probably. I don't know. It kind of depends on how much beef you have. I guess we do have kind of a lot of beef, so maybe the Second Wind is better. Kind of hard to say, though. They're kind of close. And then, honestly, I love these 2 mana, 3 power minions. Like, there's just so many 3 power minions in the format that, like, the Vampire Bats is just gonna have a really hard time ever actually hitting another minion and surviving, whereas the Drowned is just gonna trade for another 3 power minion that probably costs more than it. So I actually really like these cards. So it's like, I think this is a trade up, this is also a trade up, and then like this is probably a trade up, and then as in, like, I think the water card is better, the water card is better, the water card is better, and then it's like, okay, there's like a Sturmgeist versus having more beef, because like we do have 4 cards here, there's only 2 air cards, so like I really like to have 4 power things. So I do like these expensive cards a lot more than just having these 2 expensive cards. So, but yeah, Sturmgeist is really good. So I think really the only reason to play air is because of the Sturmgeist, and I'm just not sure that that's quite good enough. Like, when so many of these cards I think are on par or better than the air cards. So I think you could go in any of these directions and be totally fine. I think my gut is telling me that air is probably the worst option, which is really sad because I think this might be the only pool that we actually built an air deck, and it actually looked pretty good as in a fire air deck, but honestly, like, from what I've seen about this format, I think you just want more beefy stuff, and I'm not totally sure. I guess I would, I don't know. So after this, I'm gonna put all these cards, all these decks on TTS, so you can see what I ended up building out of this, but I think, honestly, you could build this 3 different ways and have a pretty similar win percentage with it. So this is a super interesting deck. Let me know how you would build this deck. And yeah, from here, I'm just gonna put these on TTS and then we can look at them. I guess the other thing you could look at is the sites. The cool thing is that the fire sites are all just the best ones anyway, and that's not anything that we're gonna change. I mean, the air ones, we have like a Dark Alley. I don't really care about this other stuff too much. Water, we just have a couple blooms and a Blessed Well. Mudslide, I'm not really a big fan of. And then, I don't know, these are all kind of fine too. So all the sites are pretty similar power level between water, earth, and air as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. All right, so I'm just gonna show you. So I took the air cards away. I did the same thing, but with earth and water. So now I'm looking at them together. I think these are pretty similar power level. These are literally the same power level. And then I just have 2 extra 3 power minions. And then this is just better than both of these cards. These are pretty similar, I guess. 10-ton Slug is just good. There's not really a replacement for that. And then down here we do have, I mean, Gift of the Wolf is way better than Gift of the Frog. And then Ice Shards we don't really have a replacement for either. I think that I would go with Earth, and the tiebreaker that I came up with was that we do have quadruple fire and triple fire and a bunch of double fire stuff. I think that we really do want to have 7 fire sites in this deck and then 5 of our other site. And Earth has this Fertile Earth, and it only has 1, 2, 3 double Earth cards, and Water has 1, 2, 3, 4 double Water cards. It's super close, but I think I would just lean a little bit toward the Earth package. So I would take out these Water cards. And then this would be the deck that I build, and I would have these 5+2 Wasteland, and then I would have these 3+2 Valleys, and that would be the deck. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a deck review and see what we ended up building. I'm gonna start from the right and go left, because I think it gets more interesting the farther left we go. All right, so we're gonna start with this pile here. This is one of the Earth Water decks, so yeah, I mean, I think like 4 2-drops is perfect. We got a good amount of interaction. I don't know. It's just kind of like a bunch of good cards, a Lord of Greed, like a good amount of beef. That's kind of it. We have a Boulevard of Bones, which is really good. We have a Peculiar Port, which is a busted site. Not too much to say there. And then we're going to go down here, another deck that looks pretty similar. Probably a pretty similar amount of interaction. We've got a bunch of 2-drops here, which I think makes this deck a little bit weaker. I really do think you ideally want to play a 2-drop on turn 2, and then maybe you have another, like one other 2-drop that you end up drawing that you can, like when you get to 5 mana, play a 3-drop, play a 2-drop, that kind of thing. But just having like a bunch of 2-minute 2-power minions does not feel good in this format from my experience so far. I think the Sinister Pawn doesn't really do a whole lot, but it's fine, so we're going to play it. Pretty hard to get Threshold for Archangel and Lacuna Entity, but we have some help in Fertile Earth, and I don't know. I think it'll work out fine. I guess we have 1 Bloom in there as well. All right, and then we're going to go over to one of these decks. So this is another Earth Water deck. So this is the 3rd Earth Water deck so far. This is the perfect, basically, 2-drops. I think these are the best ones, honestly. I think you just want 3-power minions. And like, look at this deck. It doesn't have a single 2-power minion in the entire deck. Everything is 3-power. So yeah, I think that's exactly what you want. Just 3 of these guys is perfect. And then we got a ton of 3-drops. They're all 3-mana 3-power minions. I really think that's fantastic. And then we also have 3 4-mana 4-power minions. I mean, that's wild. Like, yeah. And then the Zombie Bruiser, unfortunately, like we can only make 1 skeleton token, I think, in our whole deck. So Open Grave is going to be really good if we draw both those cards, but not really going to worry about it if we don't. It's just going to be a good card, just 4 mana for 4 power. And then we got Frozen Horror. I'm pretty interested to try this card out. Now when to go? I guess we don't really have much to sacrifice to it. I guess there's like a Gift of the Frog. There's a frog here. There's a skeleton here that we don't really want to use for that, but maybe we could. Otherwise, just 6 mana for 5 power is a totally fine deal. 2 7-drops, I think that is totally doable. And then this toolbox, I'm really excited to just try out Sealed Toolbox and Sealed. I think it's going to be incredible. Like if you saw that huge pile of cards that I pulled out, and we have 2 blooms, which means that our collection cards are just going to be like so many different options of things that you can cast if you can play a bloom and then crack your toolbox for something. So yeah, this deck looks probably the strongest so far out of the ones we've looked at. Doesn't have as many bombs as the one that had like the Archangel Michael is pretty crazy, but all right, and then this is our 4th sealed pool that is also Earth Water. So we've got 4 2-drops. Like I said, I think that's pretty much right where you want to be. And then we got 6 3-mana 3-power minions, and we only have one 4-mana 4-power minion, and it's not really one of the good ones. But we have 2 zombie hordes. This card's just crazy. I mean, Amazon warriors with tiny amount of downside, like you just want to attack with this every turn anyway. So the fact that it can't defend the one turn that you played it basically isn't really a big deal. Seraphim, I'm really interested in. There's like a whole bunch of 5 and 6 mana airborne ward minions that have like 4 power. Um, but yeah, I'm sure they're all just gonna be great. Dormant Monstrosity, I'm not really sure that this card is good, but it wasn't one of the first cards I put in the deck. But you do just want to have a bunch of beef. So even if it's probably a little bit awkward to play this card where you want it to be, it's probably just still good enough to include. Yeah, Atlas looks fine. I don't know about No Man's Land. I'm assuming you're supposed to just play it, but if you do play this on turn 2 and your opponent already has a 2-drop in front of it, then it's kind of just bad for you because you maybe can't play your minion where you want it to be. Like you can't play your. I guess I don't have one in this deck, but the Entombed guy playing that on turn 2 underneath your forward side is pretty good. So, oops, sorry about that. Anyway, I think I'm still gonna try it. I'm gonna play it, but it could be one of those sites that you might just not even want to play. Um, Minions can't enter the span of land from the void, so that's actually a non-bow with Dormant Monstrosity. Yeah, so that might be one that you actually don't want to play either. That's interesting. I don't know. I might have changed that if I was actually gonna take this into an event. But anyway, so let's move on to the 2 decks that aren't Earth Water. I guess I'll start with this one. This is Earth Air. This is the only deck that we're playing Air. Pretty sure, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I think Air is the worst element. We do have some reason to play Air though. I mean, Lord of Fear is just an incredible minion. 6 mana 6 power. Your opponents can't block unless they're double blocking, and it's just really hard to do. So this is kind of just a win condition. It's going to be really easy to get into a situation where you just have a bunch of power on board and then you play this and just attack with a bunch of stuff and they just go to door. Yeah, tons of beef. We have Necromancer and we have Death Knight. That's a dream that I've wanted to live for a while, so that's really cool. And then we just have a bunch of other undead that work with the Death Knights. That's pretty sweet. Bitten, I'm pretty curious about. I haven't played it with it yet, but someone has played it against me and killed my thing, and that just seems kind of crazy. It's like a kind of worse version of Violimp. Yeah, 4 2-drops again. That's pretty cool. Like you don't really want to play Bitten on the first couple turns. So this is pretty much just 4 2-drops, and then this interactive spell. It's kind of like a removal spell down here, but and then 6 3-mana 3-power minions. That's exactly what you want. And then a bunch of beef. I don't know about Dreadwing. Might be kind of bad, but we'll see. And then I'm playing a Necronomic Concert in this deck, which seems fun and actually might just be very good in this deck. I'm not really sure. Like if you can draw 3 cards with this, I think it's pretty solid. And since this is a pretty slow, grindy format, it might just be good enough. Yeah, and then the Atlas, not really anything too exciting there. Move on to the next deck. So this is the only deck that we played Fire in, and Fire was like the most clear element. This is the one that I was struggling with to build at the very end. This is really the only deck that I feel like I had to spend a decent amount of time figuring out what elements I actually want it to be. And honestly, I think you can build it any of the 3 ways that I showed. So definitely playing fire no matter what. And then it could be air, it could be earth, it could be water. I think air was the worst option, although it had like kind of the best card in it. Whatever that card is, that it like moves to your opponent and deals damage to them when they cast magics. But I think this was a pretty reasonable option. Like this, I think is just the option that has the most beef, and it has a Gift of the Wolf. And Gift of the Wolf is really good with Necromancer. But yeah, so basically lesson learned is pretty much, I mean, I'm 6 out of 6 playing Earth. This one deck I could have maybe not played Earth. I could have played Water instead. But Earth is just really good. Um, it has a ton of beefy minions. It has Gift of the Wolf. Um, yeah. So unfortunately, like I think a lot of the time you should probably just start with your Earth pile and see, is it good? And so far, I mean, I think like 90% of the time it's going to be pretty good. It might not 90% of the time be the elements that you want to be, but yeah, I think a very good place to start. And then yeah, Water is not too far behind that. I mean, it was 6 out of 6 I played Earth, 4 out of 6 I played Water, 1 out of 6 was Fire, 1 out of 6 was Air. So that kind of breaks down pretty close to what I expected. Earth, I think, is definitely the best. It's like S tier, and Water is A tier, and then I would say Fire is like B tier, and Air is like C tier, or maybe like B minus or something. Like it's, I think there's a decent gap between Earth and Water at the top and Fire and Air at the bottom. But I think you can still play them all. Like I said, Air isn't so bad that it's like as bad as Water was in beta or something where you like really didn't want to play it. Like you probably basically never played it in sealed unless you had something crazy. Um, so yeah, I hope you learned something from this sealed deck building walkthrough video. And I feel like I learned some things. I didn't expect Earth to be in literally 6 out of 6 decks, so that's pretty wild. Right, and if you enjoy sealed, we do a sealed league every month, so you can message Nick. We have a league chat you can go into and just say like at Nick, that's NIEK, and then ask him like you want to join the league, or you can probably just post in there and he'll see it. You want to join the sealed league, and then he'll give you a link that will show you your deck list, and then you can go in there, build your sealed deck, and then anytime throughout the month you can go in the looking for games channel, and there's people that want to play sealed, and you can just play games of sealed whenever that works for you. And if you're available Wednesday nights, then we do a draft Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can find me there. I can leave the link to that in the comments and the description of this video. All right, thanks for watching, guys.